And hello, everybody, and welcome. Thanks for joining us today. I'm apparently having the regular internet issues that I seem to be having from time to time. So this should be fun, but I'll go off camera as I can, and we'll definitely be talking about everything as we go through the day. So now we're all icons. Orange is a really cool icon. Let's say hi to Ords. What's up, Ords? Thanks for joining us today.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going?
All right, man. Good to see you. And then we got our friend Mirasphere's Origin to start the day out with today. What's up?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming.
All right. Well, we got a light panel today. Hopefully, we'll get some folks in here in just a few minutes. Everybody's kind of recovering from their hangover from the last week, and I really do appreciate Ords popping here at the last moment. But let's say hi to a few folks in the chat. We got some good news out of Kansas from Terry Rose saying that they're renting out AMC theaters to 20 people for private parties, which is pretty cool. I love that a lot. We've got Apollo Patriot joining us. What is up, my friend? And of course, we love our blue Twi'lek women, just like you do. And you also love Hera from Rebels. So hail to you, my friend. I am very glad you're grinding away on your channel. Keep it up. We have Sultan Al-Fahim, who says, too many fantasies happening in the chat. Well, let's hope that's not true. I hope we are able to bring some solid facts. We like to kind of have some facts to discuss here on the channel, so hopefully we'll be good today. Our friend Jake D stops by, a member of my channel. Appreciate you being here, Mr. Jake D. Lord Vader is here. Lord Vader and I have been communicating via DM recently and been throwing out some information on the side of stuff I can pass along in private that I haven't been able to pass along in public. Still stuck in a quandary right now about what I can talk about, so hopefully that'll get ironed out here shortly. Who Knew is here, one of my other members here at the Culture Casino. Thanks for joining us. Who knew? We've got Vigilante Williamson. What's up, my friend? I really want to get you on my channel. So maybe next Sunday. What do you guys think? You think Vigilante Williamson would be a great addition?
Yeah.
I think so. And I'm really excited. So we'll definitely get there, my friend. We will get you an invite for the next stream. We've got our friend Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast. What is up, Man of War? Good to see you. I hope Vegas was awesome. Yeah. Hope Vegas is awesome. I know that's where you were headed. Hopefully you're still there and your monies are full.
That's a dope avatar he's got.
Oh, I know. I love it, dude. It's awesome. We've got Jaffo here. What's up? Good to see you. I love that avatar. Mr. Spock is the man. Love it. We've got Diablo Dame. Hello, Diablo Dame. Good to see you. Good afternoon to you. I know it's the afternoon where you are. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that very, very much. Our good friend Machiny90, he's here. Stopping by to say hi. I'm surprised he's actually not in the stream. I believe it went wide, but if not, we'll see if we can get you in here for today's stream, my friend. We've got M. Dastardly, who has launching a channel, guys. Very excited, M. Dastardly. Thanks for being.
And you better let me know because we're gonna get that lit, man. We're gonna get that lit.
Oh, we'll start that off with a bang. I hope. I really hope we are able to do that. That'll be great. Wookiee Supremacy is here, the troll finder or the troll irritator or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Wookiee's badass.
Awesome. We've got another monster here. Relax, everyone. Another monster's here. So good to see you, my friend. All right. Keith Howard is here. Hey, what's up, Keith Howard? Haven't seen you in a week or so. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate that so very much. We've got our friend Nano Reaper. What's up, Nano Reaper? Appreciate you. We've got Keck44. What's up, Keck? Look at all these great human beings. Thank you for joining us today. Our wonderful creator, the Atlantean, is here. Guys, Atlantean got his motherboard running, so new videos on the way, on the horizon. And of course, now we have our just woke up party member, the person that is always joining us late, Mr. Author Stephen Walton. Hello, my friend.
Hey, man. I'm just getting some work done this morning. What's going on?
Nah, I appreciate it. I like to give you a hard time, but I know you're busy writing away, so that's awesome, man. Good for you.
Yo, what's up, Walter?
Yeah, what's up, man? I've also been fighting on your behalf, Culture. I'm upset that you didn't get that piggyback ride.
You know, it was good enough, man. I got a chance to have a great meal with drunk 3PO and his brother. We had drinks. It was lovely. It was probably the best use of time and money I could think of. It was great. So
that's awesome. So you don't think he was looking more at the mouse than you? You don't think? Yeah.
No, he definitely is always looking at the mouse. I mean, did you see him gank Minnie Mouse from Mickey in a parade that rolled by? I mean, come on, man.
I believe.
So anyway.
Come on, man.
Anyway, the Landian, thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. I cannot wait to check out your finishing up of your game, your retro gaming stream that you started so very long ago, my friend. Thank you so very much. We've got LDG Pixels here. What's up, LDG Pixels? I know, dude. This human being is creating some amazing future content distribution system, I guess. I mean, that's my takeaway from everything that I've heard. It's kind of hush hush, but on top of that, guys, if you have issues with with anything internet or computer related, I think this is the person to reach out to, because they run a whole channel of live support and on top of doing it for a living. So very, very wonderful member of this community. Just keep that in mind. Karen Prime has joined us. What's up? Namaskar, peeps. Karen Prime says, and of course, Karen Prime brings the quality images when in the thumbnails when she joins us. So thank you, Karen Prime, for popping in. We have my very good friend and wonderful supporter of so many channels here in the Fandom Menace and Rogue Entertainment and all of our various channels, Ken Jack Ben. Ken Jack Ben says pumpkins for everyone. Well, pumpkins for you, my friend, and thank you so very much. Jason C is here. Hey, Jason C, good to see you. And our very good friend and our forward thinking fashionista Kip Ellis is here, sporting the top 5 number 37 shirt from Steve Kenobi. So get your it's time for Christmas, guys. Get your Steve Kenobi top 5 t-shirt over on Teespring. That's right. All right, everybody. So let's get started, guys. We're going to jump right into exactly where everybody would expect. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with let's say Warner Brothers versus Disney, because at this point, guys, I think that's truly the fight right now in and amongst the massive heavyweights in entertainment. Do you guys agree with that, or do you think I'm insane, or where are we at with that?
It is definitely a commercial dick measuring contest, sir.
I mean, it's been for many years, I think. I mean, when I was a kid, it was, I know Disney didn't own Marvel at the time, but you've always had your brands were fighting, whether it be Marvel and DC or Disney and Warner Brothers. They've always had that. Like, I remember when I was young, Disney competing with Warner Brothers.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, this is what launched Disney into doing something I think is incredibly drastic, and really is out of character for some of the leadership around Disney. But I can understand why they were prompted to do so. And it is Warner Brother announcing simultaneous release in theaters and streaming for all of their 2021 slate of all their films. That's insane. I think they're cutting their nose off to spite their face. What do you think, Steven?
I think they're kind of in a precarious position right now with all of the games that are being played with the various governors across the country in the United States due to whatever you think of this pandemic, and they're doing what they can to make whatever money they can. That's how I see it. But you're right. I do believe it pushed Disney into making all these announcements, but a lot of these, they've already been planned. I actually trust more on the Marvel Disney side of things at this point with the shows that they've released. Not so much Disney Lucasfilm, because we've seen Kathleen Kennedy, how she's reacted to things in the past. She always says things that never come to fruition. Johnson's trilogy, Solo trilogy, Lando movie, whenever she talks a lot, but doesn't really put out, like Drunk.
Hey now, Drunk's in the chat. You leave him alone. He's my very good friend. Don't do that.
So I think that a lot of those announcements that came out of Lucasfilm, for instance, I think they're just shite. They're not even in pre-production. That's what I would think. But Warner Brothers is trying to save whatever money they can make. I mean, they've taken a hit. All these companies have taken a hit. In the chat, it's the movie theaters that are going to catch the greatest loss. All
of the movie theaters are going to be punished in a way that they've never been punished before, and the big chains are going to say no thank you to any simultaneous release. I think that we've had some very knowledgeable people in the industry, which include Tom and Andre and the folks over on Midnight's Edge. We've had the Script Doctor. We've had several other folks that are very well informed, including some of the people I talked to, saying a lot of these big companies aren't going to release their products in the theaters as kind of retaliation, maybe, or just like they really feel like they're being undercut at the knees.
I mean, think about this. This whole thing that's happened on this planet with this virus, whatever, has essentially forwarded us 10 years into the future. I mean, movie theaters where they were struggling before this, and now I think what you're going to see is I don't know, maybe when you were young, when I was young anyway, going to the movie theater was like something special. You went to the one movie of the year that you wanted to see or whatever, and you usually had to convince your grandparents to take you because, you know what I mean? It's just, now what we're seeing is a total flip of it where like it's going to be a big experience to go. It's like, okay, we're going out to dinner and a movie, and it's going to be a big deal.
Dude, you hit it right. You hit the nose right on the head. It's going to go back to being a boutique experience or something that is, a rarity, which I think is wrong. I mean, that kind of happened to baseball, right?
Yeah.
So what happens once these tyrannical lockdowns are lifted? In a lot of states, some states aren't as bad as others, but what happens then when you have people not cowering in fear from going outside in the sunlight to go to a movie theater? Like, what are they going to show? I would think hopefully it will be a revival of more classical films that a lot of the younger audiences have never seen. It's a different generation today than it was when we were growing up. When we were growing up, there was time to relax, like for, at least from the bombardment of information that we get. Yeah. We would watch Sunday matinees on channel whatever, and be able to see something from 20, 30 years beforehand. So we might see a revival in classic films being put out on the big screen again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, in my like the only theater we had in our city is done. Like they boarded up the whole place. It's gone. But we have a drive-in, and the drive-in is killing it because they're going back to like old Godzilla movies. They're bringing out.
I want to drive-in. Think about it. Think about that, man. You were enjoying a unique experience in Americana where you would roll in your own car with your own snacks, with your own crew of people,
and you can still get laid. Mere Spheres, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All I'm saying is, no, sorry. I was just gonna say, all I want to see is these drive-in theaters who have done nothing but struggle for the last 25, 30 years, right?
They're killing it right now.
I want to see them do some upgrades. All right, can we please change the concessions and the speak? Can we do something different, please? Like, you're gonna have plenty of money now. So invest that money wisely. All right, get some good concessions in there, spruce it up a bit. I mean, that really could be the future. I've always wanted to open up like a weekend theater where it was like 3 screens. Yeah, like not even a drive-in, but just like 3 screens, right? You have 3 screens, and each weekend that you're open is a new theme. One weekend is zombie movies, so you get to see all these classic zombie movies. One weekend is like 90s action hero or whatever the case may be. But I love what the drive-in theaters are doing because they're doing similar things to that. Like,
no, please go. I'm sorry.
No, just my last point was like when I took Kashik to a drive-in for her birthday, first time she ever seen Gremlins in a drive-in. Like,
that's awesome.
I know, right?
That is awesome.
I think about how many times we used to roll in there with our crew. We would watch, a couple films, and there was, maybe a couple girls in the car. It was a good time, and look, this speaks to what Ken Jack Ben is saying. I don't think so at all. Multiple states are either locked down or opened up and have no choice. It's diverse. They didn't have choice in diversifying their distribution scheme. Well, maybe not, but at the same time, you're going to have a situation where there's going to be theater groups, Ken Jack Ben, who are not going to show these films. And you know what? And that, just like I said, I mean, ultimately, Warner Brothers kind of put everybody on notice that this was happening, so Disney had to respond. So, with that being said, you have Disney walking into Investor Day 2020, revealing the entire slate of stuff that they were, going to go through. Lord Vader brings up stuff like Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, Cassian Andor, and Obi-Wan were planned. You're right. They were planned. These things were planned to go onto a streaming service, but they weren't paired with a giant movie slate that's also going to appear on a streaming service. It's really bizarre. I really believe they're shooting themselves in the foot. And just to say hello to one of my favorite human beings of all time, Thomas Gilkey, for a $4.99 super chat. What an incredible supporter of the community Thomas is. He says, hail and love to all. Thank you, Thomas, so very much, sir. I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate your support of each and every one of the folks that that are willing to engage and perform here on the channel. You guys, Thomas is a great human being. Be sure to stop by, check out his gaming streams and his just chatting stuff, because this dude speaks from the heart. He's a good guy.
You don't talk to me anymore, Thomas. What happened?
It's because you keep taking your shirt off. You keep taking your shirt off. Yeah.
Don't ever stop taking your shirt off, Stephen Walton. Don't ever stop.
He could stop, but go ahead, Stephen. Finish up.
Finish what? I was just messing with Thomas. No, I was
finish taking your shirt off.
He's like, how you gonna? First of all, how you gonna make a comment like that? And then when I'm talking to Thomas, you're like, all right, finish it off. Like, what are you trying to say? Is it this kind of show? I thought this was a pants-on show.
No, this is. Oh, sure. This is my channel, dude. You always have your pants on. So look, Soul Assassin and Geek Topology and Runner have all joined us today to say hey and to check in with everybody. So thank you guys for popping in. I appreciate that so very much. Movie theaters might make a recovery. They might. That's not a bad point.
I do want to say something, though.
Yeah.
What if this is like, because think about a lot of these movies that are about to come out with were made like, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And we were right in the middle of the SJW craziness right then. Right. And we were in 2019, you saw the bomb, or right then. I'm wondering if they just don't have any faith also in these movies to make really good money in theaters anyway. So just like, screw it, just throw on the streaming service. At least we'll make something. Because I have a feeling that a lot of these movies are going to bomb in theaters, and they just don't want to see it.
Well, it's a lot of money. I mean, each and every one of these productions, whether and again, we're going to get into some dollars and cents, and of course, my video tomorrow is all about the dollars and cents and the business side.
Also, they can hide what they make with these movies on the streaming.
Oh, with the streaming, absolutely.
Than them going to theaters and then showing that they keep failing.
Yeah, but I think it is, even if the movies that underperform and the ones that do well, there's a consistency to it. There's an energy that's created. When you start putting out films, you get that attention, and then you have a slate during a year. Some are going to do well and some are not. But this just completely stopped the flow of commercial entertainment out there, and as far as movies.
It really did. And Philip actually brings up the best point, leading right into what you were saying the situation with every country and even parts of countries taking a different approach to the thing we're dealing with makes existing entertainment contracts and planning untenable. Oh, of course it does. I mean, what a mess we've been in for a while now. And I don't know that we're going to see, a lot of improvement over the course of the next 90 days, maybe even 6 months. But that engine will get cooking again by next summer, guys. I mean, that's kind of where we're headed. So
here's my thing with it.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't watch Investors Day. All it took was for me to see a little bit of coverage to know how anyway, that's a different conversation. So let's not forget, guys, they tried to charge us $30 for Mulan on a streaming service we already pay money for.
Right.
Let's not forget about that, okay? So they could be in the state of mind like, okay, all right, how can we bypass the theaters and still make even more money? Dude, we have an opportunity here to bypass this, not give any money to the theaters, have it all come to us, and charge them for the movie.
Yeah, this is Disney Plus is Disney's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of.
You got to pay for different tiers.
All right, that's it. We're going to move on because I'm going to show you what you guys are actually talking about with this next image right there. Okay, so look. Right now, these are the things that Disney Animation Studios is releasing, either to streaming or in a theatrical, quasi-theatrical sense. The very first simultaneous release that they are talking about is the first one in green at the top there that says Disney, Raya and the Last Dragon. That is going to be their very first theatrical / streaming release, simultaneous release. That is going to be where we measure all of this. So when that happens, guys, be aware that's the measuring point. Okay.
Are there re-releases? Because
that's the toe in the water.
That's been out forever.
Raya and the Last Dragon?
No, Moana.
Oh no, that's a TV. That's gonna be I'm talking about the top left corner, just Raya specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's already a movie.
No. But actually they're making a Moana Disney Plus series.
Now, have they been working on these, or are some of these just like surprise announcements?
Yes. Yes,
and
yes.
Okay.
No, the answer everybody's questions out there right now. Some of this stuff has not put ink to paper yet.
Okay.
Some of them are just concepts that have been pitched and are sitting on somebody's table to actually hire a scriptwriter to actually write. I have to tell you, there is a huge number of folks that I am in contact with who had their jaws on their floor when projects were announced that weren't even close to being
I believe that, Culture. I've been waiting for you to say something about that because I know you got eyes around.
I wanted to say it last night, and my headache was so bad because I was like, "Oh man, I want to hang out here," but I kept, and I was getting upset because I was getting details confused between shows, but just because my brain wasn't working good. But I'm in good shape now. No more migraine. But look, in looking at all these things, a lot of this stuff is going to Plus. Baymax is going to move from XD to Disney Plus. Zootopia is going to Plus. Moana is going to Plus. Raya of the Last Dragon is a simultaneous. Oh, and that's the other thing I tried to reiterate last night, and I'm actually reiterating in my video tomorrow. Disney is adopting an 80-20 percentage. 20% of everything you're about to see is going to be in theaters, and 80% of everything else will be on streaming. And you're going to have theatrical releases, movies that would have been released in the theater, like Soul, which is going to be an awesome film. I've seen several minutes of it. It's amazing. And that film is going straight to streaming with no premium charge, whereas there are other things that are going to go to streaming with a premium charge. So be prepared to pay for certain ones of these films. Now, well, it's not. It's not. And everybody's going to be angry about it. And it's gonna be one of those things. So
is the building going on down at Disney pretty much knowledge right now? Open knowledge?
No, but I will talk about it. I'll talk about it here, and then in my Gold Club member exclusive video, we're going to talk about not only the buildings but everything that's going on with production. But yes, the Central Florida construction. Studio construction is an open secret at this point, at least in the company, and it's starting to get out there into the world.
Right.
So people like, for example, Drug 3PO is in the chat. I want him to speak at length about it when he talks about park hopping and stuff like that, because he's got some insight too, and he's right on the money when it comes to some of that stuff. He's in touch with good folks. So I support the park hopping channel, guys. I do.
They just hit 5K, I think. They just hit
I know.
Congratulations.
I'm so happy for them and so proud of Tugs and Drunk for the fact that they were able to make a theme park channel go when there are no theme parks open. That's pretty amazing. Right.
That's a testament to the personalities you have working on that channel.
It's great. And Jeremy does a good job of bringing on humans. That's all I can say about that. But, and Ken Jack Ben is right. I mean, they can release the despecialized edition of the Star Wars, the pre-George edits. They can release some of the Marvel movies back in theaters and go back to back to back. So there's a lot of ways to go about it. You can do that in the drive-thrus too. Drive in, watch, and you can do those things. Absolutely, Nano Reaper. You can't take years to make a movie when the rules change every month. You're 100% right. And that actually, again, if you're a member of this channel, we're going to talk at length about the future of production. So
it may not take years anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna go there, guys. We're gonna go there. So Geek Tropology, if you auto scene, for Godzilla, and it's full of teenagers, you're gonna have one of those 4D with vibrating seats. You guys are so funny. Yeah, I remember being a kid, and Godzilla in a drive-thru would be amazing, don't you think?
Yes.
What's going on, Zachariah?
Zachariah's here saying, "Hey, thank you, Zachariah, for popping in." Oh, my good friend, look at this guy. It's Josh Knight 5N. Make sure you check out his channel, man. He's starting to grow. Dude does some good stuff. Check him out, please.
Support independent creators.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to like it or you're not. If you like it, hit a sub.
Yeah. And our man Josh here does a good job. And yes, I know I was right. But that's not why I do this. I don't do this to tell everybody what I know. I really don't. I like to tell everybody what I think the business is going to do. So I'm very excited about all of that. So when will YouTube start paying people to watching things on their platform? I'd love to be a monetized viewer. You know what, Terry? I would love to be a monetized viewer too, because I watch so many of my fellow creators' stuff, except I learn so much. I love this. This platform's as much about learning and the expansion of opinion as you could possibly imagine. And taking that away through any form of censorship or anything like that is just criminal, in my opinion.
Well, did you hear the Quarter-Eats video where they're going to be putting a survey out and they're going to ask all of us to let them know that our race and how we identify and our sexuality and all these things so that they can better curtail the algorithm to funnel viewers to different people based on these trivial differences.
Okay, but see, a lot of people are going to look at that as negative. I look at that as the potential for something very positive, despite the fact that I think it's wrong to do that. It will allow people to, or it will allow for the realization that only 0.08% of the population is going to gravitate towards some of these very small-minded thought processes, these myopic viewpoints, which are only focused on your pronouns and your racial makeup, et cetera, and your country of
what you do with your genitals.
Yeah, I think that if they actually were to do that, then they would find themselves in a position where they would be limiting their audience in a severe way, you know. And with that in mind, and not because of that thing that we were just talking about, we're gonna bring in our friend Mando Merck.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, Mando, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. So,
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
No, dude, you are 100%, and hopefully we can get to it. You're 100% into Cyberpunk 2077, and I appreciate that. So good on you, sir. Good on you.
You guys are lucky. I hate all that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Lucky. It is a bit of a buggy mess at times.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hey guys, we're getting a little everybody's mind somewhere today. Karen Prime. Don't ask Steven to finish it off for you. Know where he'll go.
This is a pants on stream.
That's right. That's right. This is the adult channel. Well, I mean, not the adult as in you come here to watch like
Well, here's the thing.
Wow, that came out that phrasing.
Handing out the Werther's original.
3 hours.
What, Mando?
I've been live streaming Cyberpunk for the last 3 hours, and I figured I'll just continue live streaming while I do this on your channel.
Oh,
so
awesome!
I'm still live streaming. You guys you're like in the background on the my stream as well.
You're a multitasker.
Right now, like, I just bring it up because you mentioned adult, and I'm in a very adult place right now in Cyberpunk.
Oh, hey now. Well, we will get to some Cyberpunk conversation here shortly, I hope, because I really have been enjoying it. But let's continue down this same path. So these are the titles that you're going to see from Disney Animation Studios, right? Those don't come, those don't show up in a vacuum. You're also going to see everything from Marvel Studios, right? And this isn't even the complete slate. There are some things missing here from what is out there, but that's okay. You have WandaVision, of course. That's going to be on Disney Plus. You have a bunch of things. Now, the things that are going to be on Disney Plus in this particular graphic have the words Disney Plus written underneath them. The rest of them are slated for theatrical release.
Right.
So you're looking at Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which now I am officially convinced that everything I have heard that's negative about that film is actually going to come to be. You have Black Widow, which I think it should have been released 6 years ago now. Or
it should have come out. It should have came out after Age of Ultron. That's really the perfect time that movie would have done amazingly, and everyone wanted it then too. Like that's. 2015, 2016, that's when the Black Widow movie should have come out.
Oh, man, this is bad news. I did not know this. Thank you, Cavatanio Che.
I'm interested in that one.
Yeah, but I did not know restaurants were closed in Washington State until next year. That's harsh garbage, in my opinion.
What?
Very. That's ridiculous.
You know what?
Well, if you can't burn the Christmas turkey, guys. You can't burn the Christmas turkey because you got no restaurant to go to.
There you go. Well, Geek Tripology.
Open.
Geek Tropology. I hope I pronounced it properly this time. So maybe not. Memes showed up, and he came here to put his arms around everybody, and
memes.
And try and get everybody to chill out. He's a mediator of sorts here in the community, and of course my really good friend Paulie, a Latino Slant. Dude, it's always good to hang out with you, my friend. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. Zootopia plus. Exactly. Yeah. Oh man, you guys are brilliant. I love this. Furries plus. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah. Furries are gonna be super happy about that. That's a TV. Yeah. Is that gonna be like a TV show?
Yeah, Zootopia. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think. What's her name? Officer Bunny, whatever her name is gonna be in that. Yeah. But Forbidden Ruin is right. I mean, you go to a theater for $15 or $43 for the streaming service. Yeah, and easy choice, $0 and not give Disney a penny. That's easy for a lot of people. Even somebody who's a hardcore Disney nerd like myself. So we're in a weird place, my friend. We are a weird place. Oh, hey, Vigilante Williamson popped back in. What's up, Vigilante Williamson? Dude, hey, Vigilante, you are invited next Sunday. I'm going to send you some stuff so you can get into the chat and you can get into the and you can get in next weekend, because I'd love to have you here next Sunday. I'm pretty pumped about that. And let's see what else we've got. Oh, Sister Harrow is here. Did Disney mention the EU law? Yeah. Did Disney mention the EU law saying a percentage of local content needs to be shown by streaming channels? How is Disney going to get around this? Oh, dude. Okay, so yes, with Star is the correct answer. That is 100% right, because when they expand Star from primarily India into Latin America, it will allow them to distribute more content that's made in Latin America, which will help to get around some of that stuff. Yeah, it's not just the EU either, my friend. It's also Latin America, especially countries like Brazil and Chile, that are requiring for production and or a certain percentage of the content be produced and or acted in and or whatever other factors in their locale. So that's absolutely true. And no, they didn't talk about it, and they probably should, so that people understand why we're going to start to see a lot more international content that maybe doesn't get a lot of advertisement, for lack of a better way to put that. So yeah, no premium charges. That'll change real quick. Well, you know what? The premium charges are coming, because you're going to see more of when the VOD happens, a simultaneous release, especially. They will be charging. A premium on top of all of that. Oh, look, Critisible the Crazed is here. What is up, our friend there? Ooh, Atlantean has something to say. Godzilla in a drive-thru. What's he going to? Burger King? Dude, I would love that.
Godzilla in a drive-thru. He would be eating King Kong.
Dude, I would love to see. I really, honestly, if I were going to go see that in a drive-in theater, I would love that so much. I love that so much. I know Atlantean was making. Atlantean's making fun of me because I said it wrong. So thank you, Atlantean. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for the $5 super chat to make fun of me. I appreciate it.
I think Godzilla will be a Chick-fil-A kind of guy.
Okay, I'm just going to highlight this because it's funny, but I'm not saying it.
Okay. Well, I was going to read it for you.
Soul Assassin says.
Okay. Pants on.
Soul Assassin says Casino After Dark stream. When? Actually, that happens if you get me. If you catch me over on Comics Division on either the Monday or the Thursday night show, that is Casino After Dark. And boy, if you watch the replay of those, sometimes I get a little bit after darky. So there you go.
After darky. He's such a straight man. It's hard for him to say bad words.
I do. Runner's been playing Cyberpunk 2077 and on PS4, has glitches and bugs, but it's really fun. Oh, absolutely. And you know what? They're working on those. They released.
I got the game because of the story, because I'm a huge Cyberpunk 2020 nerd, and the fact that they're making a sequel to this RPG that I love was kind of the main drive for me. And so far, they haven't disappointed with the story and the voice acting. It's just the game, a lot of graphical issues mainly.
Yeah.
But every now and then you'll have one game-breaking issue that results to you either having to go back to the main menu or having to restart the entire game.
That sucks, man. That's broken.
Like Anthem. Dude, Anthem crashed my PlayStation like 20 times.
I've only had one crash so far. So.
You just have to turn your visuals down just a slight bit on an older PS4 to get it to not have those kinds of things. So just be, at least for now, that's going to change. They are working on the patches for that. And Memes of Destruction, Loki does sound pretty sweet. There's some really cool stuff that I've heard of. There's some not some cool stuff that I've heard from that show, but everything that I'd seen personally, visually, looked really, really cool. So, and the trailer doesn't do it justice based on the things that I had already seen. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm not trying to steal anybody's cyberpunk joy because I'm about to start playing it myself. But aren't we tired of being beta testers?
Yeah, but it's not. To be honest with you, I'm going to say this. This is the least beta testing I've done in like the last 3 years on a So, of course, also I'm playing it on a very newer machine, PC, and not on a console. But I agree with you that we shouldn't be beta testing anything. But unfortunately,
I got a pretty much new PlayStation 4 Pro because my other PlayStation, I literally bought my PlayStation Pro like 2 years ago, and 8.0 came out, the patch, and it burned my hard drive like bad. It was done.
Wow.
I had to go into Best Buy, turned it in. They're like, well, at least you have your I paid down the security deposit. Or that thing,
right? The warranty.
They replaced the whole thing, so I had lost all my save process of every game. Every game I played, I lost everything. So now I'm playing all my old games again, trying to get my save points. I've lost everything, dude. Yes,
that's another reason why going all digital is a bad idea.
Oh yeah, you never want to do that.
Because if you're going all digital, that means you lose the games too.
Well, I didn't lose the games because they're still saved in my account,
right?
But all the save process was lost.
Oh, iCloud,
say it's a game that's no longer supported. Like take that the Tron Rising game. I think it was called Rising. I don't remember what it was called. There was a Tron game based on the 2009 or 10 movie. I forget which year it came out, but the Tron Legacy movie. And Disney just it's like, screw it. We don't need to no one plays this game. We don't need to up the DRM anymore. And then people were like, wait, no, people still, because it was a single player game, not a multiplayer game.
Right.
And people were like downloading it. Now you're not able to download it or even buy it. You have to pirate it in order to get the game now.
Yeah, and I always say, cloud saves are awesome, but I always back everything up because I'm crazy. And Keely Chow says, hey, everyone. Hey, Keely Chow, thanks for popping in. Appreciate you following along with us today. Thank you very much.
I didn't get the Cyberpunk gig for the PlayStation Pro because I'm building a computer. And when my computer gets here, probably at the end of December or whenever I can get it, that's the first game I'm getting for that system. Brand new.
And here's a real bad thing that is a part of all this theatrical talk that we're doing. Gatherings over 10 is banned in PA. So we're talking about state by state. You have different size gatherings that are banned, which are keeping the movie industry kind of jumping. So again,
it's not just affecting the movie industry, and that's the problem too.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in where you guys are, but I'm in New York City. Pretty much every business is dying right now.
Yeah. I live in Missouri. Everything's open. Everything's doing well now.
Bars, you name it.
Well, that was the plan. I mean, and they're living by it. Look, restaurants are open in the Chud, but they're only serving Soylent Green. So I don't think I want any part of that. I will continue to eat at home.
I'll say this. Missouri closed down everything for like a month, and the businesses told our mayor and the governor to go F himself. And so he reopened everything. He's like, okay, well, I'm literally going to have a riot on my hands. These people told me to go F off, and they all have shotguns. So I may want to just let them do their business. And yeah, we're open. I can go right next door to the local restaurant, no mask on, no nothing. I can go sit down at my table, eat, say hey, walk right out.
So, yeah, and
I love this state.
Well, hey, I live in a state where things are mostly open, so I don't have as much pain as others.
Honestly,
but
I'll be fully honest here. At least in my opinion, there shouldn't be anything closed at this point. Everything should be open because there is no scientific basis for why things should be closed.
Yes.
There's not going to be but then the risk here and there. No, because you have things like you can't go to X location here in New York. You have places where you can't go past 8 o'clock. And then others past 10 o'clock. It's why? Does the virus work around the clock like we do?
Okay, so in my state, the food servers just had a new mandate brought down. And the people coming into a restaurant, right, they have to limit it to 30% capacity, and anyone coming into a restaurant has to wear a mask until the moment food hits the table.
Dumb.
Interesting.
Dumb.
And they just had that one news report reporting that 94% of all deaths from COVID are actually a lie. It's all from actual terminal diseases, and they've just been counting it as COVID so they can pay the doctors more money.
Well, I don't want to fall into any of all of that because I don't want to make this about that right now. I want to talk about the Disney stuff and the super chat that just came in from Memes of Destruction. We have a $5 super chat that says, if furry were to be defined as a disability, would Disney hold potential liability? It's a good question. If furry were to be defined as a disability, would Disney hold potential liability? That's a good question and very funny. But yeah, it's good because I think that they could. They could, and if that happens to be the way that your gate swings, is that now a new form of adult entertainment that shouldn't be shown to children? So you're running into all these troubles, with people being as interesting as they are, let's say, in the world that we live in. But so thank you for the $5 super chat Memes and now very disturbing thoughts that I didn't want to live within.
This show is me practicing how to shut my face. Just
wow. All right. Shut your face. Why would you shut your face?
Oh, that was a great comment. A lot to break down and unpack there, but I'm not going to do it here.
No, you can. I can't. You can. You have to take your pants off for that.
That's a pants off response.
Oh boy. Yeah. All right. But the worst of the worst here is the thing that I don't think any of us ever wanted to face, and I'm going to blow this up, and then I'm going to be sad. Here it is. Oops, wrong thing. Even better. All right, there we go.
I mean, you guys know my stance on Star Wars as it is right now. So
yeah.
All right, Lando. I have one question: is this old Lando, or is this that weird new Lando guy that?
No, this is going to tie into the droid stories.
When you say the droids,
comment on that too.
Cartoons from way back when, or
no, the new droids.
New droids.
That's what I feel because they did the old droids, but it's R2 and 3PO.
It's going to be
do a new one with the new droids.
No,
it's going to be C-3PO and R2-D2 helping other droids go through the PTSD that Lando caused them while in his employ. It's going to be very introspective.
What do you mean? That makes no sense. R2-D2 was literally the droid that had it made. He got to do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Tell the sequels, and they fucked him up.
I think that might be cute. The droid story.
No, the droids are gonna.
They scrapped him in the side there.
Yeah, the droids are gonna harken back to the cartoons of old, theoretically, from what I'd heard. So I'm not as concerned about that, although I am a little concerned because there's some stories that'll be told that are, feeding into some agenda stuff. But the Lando thing is going to be a hot mess. And
can I just say, this has nothing to do with the actual projects, just the fonts thing. Design-wise, that Rogue Squadron title is so bad. At first glance, it looks like it's blood dripping on white letters.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's supposed to be an X-wing silhouette front view.
Yeah. Well, they should have broken away the lettering from the X-wing to
the Rangers one. Looks like a power.
They should have done something like where you have the other ones where there's lines and shit all over it. You can do
it's just, but beyond that, I mean, the only thing in this graphic, the only thing non-Star Wars related here is Willow, even though they did announce.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Willow?
Oh, you need to go watch yourself. So Willow,
did he just commit a nerd sin there? He totally did.
Well, now he's
I have no idea.
Maybe. Willow, go now. Watch it. Leave the stream. Go now.
You will love it. You will love it.
Willow's awesome. You might have to be. You might have to be.
If you're into fantasy, you'll love it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he has to be. He's writing a horror fantasy book, so I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, then go watch this, bro.
Yeah. You do need to watch the original Willow because
is awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean Val Kilmer, freaking awesome. Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those obscure like fantasies that really doesn't. It's different than most. It's not your typical like knight, and texturally this movie is great. It'll take you places, and I think you'll really appreciate it. It might even inspire you to with your own stuff.
I'm being shaved in chat.
Nerd shaving.
It's all right. I've never heard of it. Okay, I'll have to look.
Yeah, man, definitely go check it out. You will enjoy yourself.
Yeah. And beyond that, guys, what's missing from here in this Lucasfilm announcement that made it onto the presentation stage? I'll give you a second.
You give me a second?
I'll give you a couple seconds.
For what? What did I do?
To identify what's missing from these icons from
they had that
Lucasfilm.
weird blood and bones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else? And what else?
There's no Johnson trilogy.
Oh yeah, no, of course not. That's never being made. There's no Big D and Little D trilogy either. But that's not what I was talking about. Indy 5 is not on this.
Oh
screen.
yeah.
Well, that's a foregone conclusion.
Which is interesting because a lot of news outlets have been reporting about how Harrison Ford is back. Harrison Ford is coming back for Indiana Jones 5, and
will his back survive coming back?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
They're
just like Crystal Skull Indiana Jones, or just give you like old school Indiana Jones.
They're scanning his body.
He's so old.
Like I said, they're scanning his body to then down the road put him in as a CGI character for the 5. Come on, guys.
It's gonna be ridiculous looking. I love
Harrison Ford. Him in Tron Legacy, aren't they?
I love Harrison Ford. This movie is about 25 years too late. it's
Disney. It's Disney's magic, bro. They'll make him. Trust me.
I don't want to see that guy. I just don't want to see him running around like it's not real. No matter you can't CGI that enough to make me think he's.
I mean, look what they did to Tarkin, bro. Look what they did to Tarkin, man.
Look,
it was just gonna be another like Crystal Skull. They were planning on passing the torch in a way. They had what's his name, Shia LaBeouf, I believe. Is that his name?
Shia LaBeouf, yeah.
Yeah, they had him, and they were doing this whole thing where it was gonna be like he's like the next coming of the person to take on.
Hell no, that movie we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, Crystal Skull was bad though. It was like
that.
Yeah,
there are people who like that movie. I don't understand.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
I can understand the passing of the torch. That could be interesting, but not. You got to do a better movie. You got to find someone with.
You haven't seen nothing, Karen Prime.
No, that is a legit statement, Karen.
If you I have said a lot of fudge before. If you actually catch a late night gaming stream over on my friend Ords, who happens to be here for this very reason, so we can talk about this. Did you announce to everybody in the world what happened, Ords?
Oh, no.
Wait. Do you want to?
Do I? Oh man, hold on a second. Hold on. Do I want to?
You don't have to.
What did you do, Ords?
Hold on. Hi, everybody. So, we are, Culture's channel. We're telling us on Culture's channel, we have hit not only our subscriber count, but our hour count on the channel into Boardroom. We have applied for monetization.
That is awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Nice.
So thank you. And all of you guys, people in the chat, especially a lot of you in there, Culture. I mean, Culture, you've been a huge help. Memes of Destruction been. I mean, gosh, I remember doing my 300 sub stream in March. So,
dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
It's all hard work, dude. You are a wonderful person.
Well, it's hard work and a testament to this community. So,
that's
true.
Awesome.
You are amazing human being, or nobody deserves it more. We are now getting to the point where we are rolling all these fourth waivers into real monetized channels. I'm so pumped up. You guys are so great. Words I could not be happier.
Thank you. I just want everybody, not only on this panel, but everybody in the chat and all my subscribers to know that this wasn't just my hard work. This was a lot of your guys's. A lot of you guys in the chats recently saying, "Oh, we'll put your playlists on Go and we'll get you the hour." And like it's not just me. It's not my hard work. The boardroom is a place for everybody to enjoy, not just me. So thank you guys. And this is just as much yours as it is mine. So thank you.
Dude, you're a good man. I hope I didn't force you to do that.
No. It was good. It was good. I was just playing coy, you know.
No, you are. You're so cute. Look at how he's a cute little fuzzy bear.
Yeah, I am at the fuzzball of the.
Looking good, man. Looking good. No, and here's the thing, and this is one of those things. If you want to see Cuddle Casino not so cuddly after dark over on Ords' channel or over on Comics Division's channel, yeah, I will use some spicy words.
And I will say this tonight, we're gonna try to figure out. So I think what's been happening on Sundays is there's some process on the computer that is taking resources that's happening in the background, and that's what's causing our issues on Sundays. So Pickles and I, shout out LDG Pixels, we're gonna try to figure that out. But if for whatever reason the stream does get killed on YouTube, we'll move the party over to the Ords Discord, where everybody can just come in, and if you want to come in and talk with us, you can chat with us, voice chat, whatever. It'll be fun.
It'll be great.
But anyway, tonight, if you guys want to see Culture Rage tonight, and we should be finishing tonight too. We should be finishing.
Nice, man.
Okay, so beyond all of that, I want to answer some of these questions because you guys are hanging out with us, and I love that you guys are all here. Lord Vader says, "Culture, do you think Fantastic Four will be woke?" Yes.
Probably.
Yes. Yeah.
You just
if it's made in like 10 years from now, probably not.
No.
But
if 2 years,
the last 2 years, absolutely.
2 years. And Vigilante Williamson, it's still unacceptable for CDPR. They need to be criticized, and you're not wrong. They do. They should have done better. They should. Some of this comes down to the way the game was developed and the fact that they kept adding more Keanu Reeves to the game. And we can talk about that at length when more people have played the game, because I don't want to spoiler the heck out of the game for people.
That's the only reason why I played the game was Keanu, man. I just got to that part where I'm about to meet him. Well, you know,
I'm past that now.
Well, I've just been playing on my streams. I've been busy doing other crap, unfortunately. But I stopped there so my subscribers and viewers could watch me meet Keanu. But anyway, sorry, go on.
It's going to be great, and that's really cool. And look, this is I want to go back to this because we're not done.
Agreed, Vigilante, agreed.
Yeah, so Culture plays video games, yes, like a demon or a beast. Or
also, Ords, you have a Discord, but you keep forgetting to message me on Discord.
That's true.
I got one too, and I almost never on
it. I did send you a friends invite though, didn't I?
I don't think you did.
Oh my god! All right, I'm on it.
Yeah, I honestly love the gaming. It's one of my favorite things. But let's get back to this real quick. We'll flow into games in just a few minutes, guys. I promise. Anyway, I just wanted everybody to know that you made the threshold, and I am so pumped for you, dude. But anyway,
thank you, man. Thank you.
So Lando's going to be the thing that you should be very worried about. Visions is something that, even though it's in an anime style, I think you should be very worried about. And there are some shows on this screen I don't think are going to be made.
I hope not.
Honestly, I would be surprised if even 1/6 of the shows here were made.
Well, I only know of 4 that are definitely being
made. The first 3 is the ones that are definite.
There's 1 or 2 others that are leaning the right direction.
Well,
but
one of them is already being made. It's already out. So you can't count that one. The other one, to count everyone except for that one. So,
and even though they're saying the release dates for a lot of these are like 2024.
2023, 2024. Yep. And again, I'm going to talk about some of that in the video I'm releasing tomorrow. Tomorrow's my business video. Mondays are always the business video, right? And so tomorrow's video is all about this stuff from the business side of things and that kind of conversation. I just wanted to get everybody's feel for this because this is where we live, right? We live in the Star Wars world. We live in these superhero worlds. We live in these video game worlds. And this is I don't know, man. What do any of these ideas blow your skirt up? Well, we know some people like The Mandalorian. That's great. Like what you like.
All right.
We know what Rangers of the New Republic's going to be roughly.
Better logo.
Yeah, that's not great. It's okay, but
It
They
looks
came up
like
with this on the fly.
no, it's a good logo, but not for Star Wars. It looks
like Power Rangers.
It looks like a flight simulator logo.
Well, you're also dealing with people who don't understand Star Wars and haven't understood Star Wars for a very long time, and they're reactionary at this point. They were bold before. I mean, Kennedy would be bold in her statements before. Oh, you guys are going to love The Last Jedi. We're giving him a whole trilogy, and we know where that went. So at this point, we're seeing a reaction. Okay, Mandalorian came out. People said, yeah, I like Gina Carano. Yeah, I like Ahsoka. So like, okay, we're going to go full force. I don't think any of this stuff has hit paper, like pen to paper at all. This is just a reaction to what they think people want because they don't even understand their fan base. The people that they've been pandering to don't support them financially, and those are the people that are going to want to Lando, which is going to be written by the Dear White People director from Netflix. What?
No, I was just waving at Amber.
Okay,
Sorry.
and and if they get Don Glover back in there, no, look, I like Donald Glover as an actor. But as a person, he's shite, and that would be he'd want to go in there and social justice that up. We also got Leslie Headland. Which one's Leslie Headland? Which one is
Acolyte, that? I think isn't it?
Yeah, what direction that's going in. They don't understand their own audience. All they have right now is the Mandalorian as a metric because it's the only thing aside from people who like Rogue One. As a metric as to what direction they want to go in, or what the majority of the fandom wants. Yeah. So I totally agree with Mando. Half of these aren't even going to be made. This is just her doing her thing, which is to just BS. Look, as she's always done. I'll just BS and be confident, act confident, and BS. And so, I feel like Mando.
Let's say, look, get excited for these new things that may not come to pass.
Yeah, right, exactly. I trust Marvel way more.
No, look, in our boy here, the Memes of Destruction says exactly the right thing. Aren't they just telling us what they are planning, engaging fan reaction?
No, exactly, yes. Memes. Exactly.
Yes, because even though they presented this to the investors are going to, have the memory of apparently a gnat when it goes in the future, because they've been told that things are being done multiple times in the last 4 or 5 years under Bob Iger and now Bob Chapek, and don't come to fruition.
And we are now at a point where the fan backlash has grown so big and some of our voices have become so loud that they're going to be paying attention to some of these people. Yeah. And engaging the fan reaction, engaging the reaction from us. So it's even more important than now, like whether you're pro any of these programs or anti or whatever your stance may be, if you have an opinion, to get to speak it, because they are listening.
I'll say with the Bad Batch, I think that will be probably done, because the Clone Wars is done. Like the animations, all those guys that were working on the Clone Wars probably are now working on the Bad Batch.
Well, there's also something else in the background that's happening that I'm going to reveal right now, which I wasn't going to do tomorrow even, but I was going to do a little farther down the road, because they're starting to get some rumors out there that will make it so that I'm not breaking a whole lot of news. There is a live action concept.
Of what? Bad Batch?
No.
A live action of what?
Of Clone Wars. There is a live action concept that's in,
really.
It's not very far along. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, maybe only 2003 one. So
anyway, just keep in mind it's oriented more around the animated series. A lot of people have been saying, wouldn't it be great if this was happening? And I've been being very quiet. But there is a concept there that has been in development for a little while. When I say a little while, almost 2 years. But so we'll see what happens. So leading out of the cartoons. But it's interesting. This is an interesting statement that I want to address. I'm cautiously interested in Andor, the Cassian Andor story, right? And so is Paulie.
Yeah.
I love the actor. I think he's awesome.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad. Really I don't think the character's very good, but they could change that at the show, I guess.
I liked that character. I like Cassian Andor. I'm a fan of Rogue One. I know it's a repurposed story, but it's good. It was done well, in my opinion. I don't see if they were going to do a series with him in it. Like, I don't understand. 10 years later, they're going to throw him up there and say he's 10 years younger or whatnot. That doesn't make sense to me. And if you're going to have that show, which I understand from the perspective of wanting to see basically the terrorists of the rebellion, and the kind of damage, psychological damage that does to people, and the emotional damage that comes from just mercilessly murdering others. Like, I'm cool with seeing that underbelly of the rebellion, because that's absolutely an aspect of it. You know what I mean? One person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter. They were the freedom fighters in this universe. But I don't understand why they're putting it around Cassian Andor, because at some point we know where he ends up. So what does it matter at this point to watch his road? I would be much more interested in seeing the types of people he worked with, having the story center on them, because
I think
that would be an interesting story.
I think the only way that would work is if they did it in kind of like the vein in The Mandalorian, where it's like it begins to pass on to other characters, introducing other characters that then maybe go on to affect
after.
Right. That's the only way I can see them doing it, and like it not being totally screwing up all the timeline.
Well, and even if not, they don't go to that point. I mean, I just like, where that character ends up, unless they get a new actor to do it. He's going to be much older than they're going to present him as on screen. I have no problem having a show with that theme. Just I question using Cassian Andor.
As an actor, though, Stephen, he's very light of frame, and so he's not going to show his age quite as much. But I do understand your concern, and you're 100% right. And I've heard some downside on this Cassian Andor thing. I don't want to talk about the downside of it because, like I said, I was cautiously excited for it to begin with. But I don't think it's going to get as much traction as they want it to, and I think it's been kind of a soft reception by a lot of fans in the fan base. Now,
right.
I think they should make the show. I'm not sure where it's going, or the film. I'm not sure where it's going to fall. Jeremy, hi. I want a Canto Bite movie. I understand that sentiment because it seems like they threw everything on the wall for this investor presentation to see what would stick. And right now I don't think they got more than spaghetti stuck on the wall, but we'll see. So, the plastic cup is just easier for me to deal with, and it's something easy to keep clean. So that's why I use that.
He's drinking his background. That's what it is.
I am. But look, and this is the thing that this really speaks to, how I feel about the presentation for the investors on Investor Day. And this sums it all up. It's a new cooking show. The Tatooine cooking. And Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
No, look, we've already seen this series. You guys remember that Bad Cop spoof, the Star Wars Bad Cop spoof?
Troops.
Where you had, it turns out that Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru actually were like fighting over a bomb or something because there was like a domestic struggle, and the troopers were just called in, and then all of a sudden they just exploded right in front of the troopers. And like, oh, okay. Like now okay.
We're gonna find out in the Kenobi series that the reason Uncle Owen didn't like him was because there was a love triangle going on with Aunt Beru. I'm calling it now.
Oh God.
Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, and that image is courtesy of our friend Fat Steven Seagal. So, thank you, Fat Steven. That was a brilliant addition.
Hail Fat Steven.
Our amazing panel and our discussion here today. So, you guys, like I said, I really appreciate each and all of you being here. Let's move on from the catastrophe that was the Disney presentation in response to Warner Brothers. And let's move forward into a little more conversation about Cyberpunk 2077 so that we can close out so other people can start their show so we can go and hang out.
And so I can continue mine.
There you go, yeah. And say hi to everybody out there for us, Mando. But I am good to see you, LDG. Thanks for stopping in, friend. I am really very excited to play Cyberpunk 2077. It's been a lot of fun so far. I am a completionist, so I will do more of the side quests before I get to the main missions. Many people will be many days ahead of me when it comes to that, but I am enjoying each little crumb along the way of the storytelling. I love RPG video games that are done like this. There's nothing like Cyberpunk 2077, even Witcher. It's a departure even from Witcher as far as I'm concerned, The Witcher 3. So let's go around the horn. We'll talk about your initial impressions.
Probably best that I go last.
Yes, even definitely. Even if you haven't played it yet, I want to get some of your takeaways from maybe what you've seen others play. Maybe you've seen some other stuff like that. So we'll start with our friend Mirrorsphere, who I know has not yet begun. So let's go ahead and talk about it.
Right. I haven't started playing it myself. I did have both my brothers have it. my one brother who's doing gaming videos for my channel, he will be uploading like different videos about it. He's not streaming it because it will crush his computer, because he tried to load up a stream and it's too graphically advanced for do streaming and stuff. So my other brother was actually playing. I shared his screen, and he was doing an ultra hard, and he got himself killed because he kept trying to attack cops. In the street, like right at the beginning,
what they do? Send max tech at him?
Like right at the beginning, he walked down. There's like a door, and 2 cops are outside. They're like banging on the door, and he just like, I wonder what will happen if I just unload on him. He kills him and just gets taken out by like 20 other ones. But it was actually pretty funny. He's playing ultra hard, so he wants to see how far he can get on the ultra hard without actually having to lower it if he has to. He's been having fun. I know he's been playing it a lot. Both of them have. I can't wait to see what videos my brother comes up with, because he did that one video. If you guys didn't see it on my channel, he did a video where he played Albion and was doing a little PvP on that. It was pretty good watching him kill people. And it's about, other than that, I can't wait to play it. I'm getting it on PC, so
yeah, it's like I said, my PC experience is amazing, and as Meme said in the chat a little earlier, I have a video card that could run a space station. That's probably true, but
I don't. But I'm still running the game at a solid 60 frames. I could go higher if I wanted. I'm just too lazy to mess with the settings right now. But
yeah, but I agree with what Parrothead is saying, and I just want to prepare everybody out there who's going to play it with maybe with maybe like the PlayStation, like I have, or something like that, where if you turn your graphics down just slightly, some of the performance elements, you're going to have a more acceptable time. It was rushed to market before it was ready.
You shouldn't have to do that, though.
Nah, you're right, but they're going to keep patching it. It's going to continue to get better. And it's also giving them time to develop the multiplayer game, which will be a separate game, although you should be able to, from what I'd heard, move your character over to it, and there will be additional customization. So we'll see. So anyway, Ord, since you are just getting in the swing of it and you're presenting it to everybody in the whole world, let's hear from you, my friend.
So yeah, kind of what you guys are saying. It's got its bug issues. Now, I have been streaming it on my channel. If you guys have any interest on what like the lower graphics looks like, because I had to take the specs down. Actually, when the first time I streamed, I took all the specs down to low. Everything got low at a 1080, and it played well. Didn't really have any issues. And the thing I like about this game is even on the low graphics, it still looks good. Like it's still something to enjoy about the game.
Yeah, so beautiful it was.
Yeah, and you're getting the bug issues where like sometimes you walk by and like you maybe see like
he's walking through vehicles,
like a model. Yeah, you like the shell of the character NPC basically melts away, and you see like their goofy little, when they first start designing these characters, I can't think of the term for it, but
it's like you just see the floating eyeballs and the tongue and jaw.
Yeah. And then like I think one time I looked in a mirror and I didn't have any arms, which is kind of weird. I did have an issue where it was like right before you start to like the first part where you go to meet the Keanu Reeves character. It wasn't loading past a specific part of it. Okay. But I was streaming it at that time, so I after I ended the stream, I brought the game back up, changed a few more.
So that entire scripted sequence was messing up for you?
Well, no. So So there's a part there where you're like on a vehicle, and you probably remember this. It's like towards the beginning of the game. You're having to shoot in a vehicle, right? And the vehicle's moving. Well, when the scene would first come up, I'd have nothing in my hands. There would be, and I'd be trying to fire. There's no animation, no sound. As I would go through the level, it's like the sound layers would build as I went through the level. Okay?
Oh no!
Yeah. So eventually everything like loaded up, and then I had my animations, and I was able to do it. But while I was streaming it, I wasn't able to get past the in-game cutscene. After that, well, once I stopped streaming, I went and tweaked a few of the settings, and then I was able to get past that. So if you do have older equipment, you might run into some performance issues on the hardware side. But from what I see, there was one glitch I did have where I got stuck in the scanning mode. scanning mode where everything's really slow and stuff, and I had to like back out into the main menu, go back into the game, and then it was fine. And I haven't had that issue since. But the game, it's fun, man. It's a good looking game. I really like the storyline. I like the characters. There's a few cutscenes where you just like your character feels like a total badass.
Yeah.
And I love that you got options. Like, I mean, really, right out of the gate before the game even opens up, it's like you have choices to either backstab people or get people's back, or it's just texturally. There's a lot to offer. A lot of dialogue. If you're not into like a lot of dialogue, it's a
hardcore RPG. So
yeah,
right. I want people to realize, and I think that's where a lot of these game journalists, these game journalists, where they fall short, but they're not RPG players. This is something that you have to dive into. Like this.
Every aspect. So the main story, because you don't want to spend time on it.
Well, and it's like not BioShock. Hang on, rewind. Mass Effect. Excuse me. It's like Mass Effect.
BioWare. You're thinking BioWare.
It's an even deeper. Even deeper. Yeah, from BioWare. It's an even deeper game. I mean, than that. And this is a question I want to direct at boards. Soul Assassin says, from what I've seen on other streams, Cyberpunk has a few bugs in it, but nothing worth ditching the game. Is that your experience, man?
That is absolutely my experience. Now, I've been loving it. I love the whole RPG element to it. It's for those people who ever kind of wondered what like maybe a good tabletop RPG was like, but wanted to try it in a video game setting. It's very similar to that. Maybe not as in depth as some of the tabletop board games, but it transitions well, and it makes you feel like you're in the universe, like you're. Yeah. And the great thing about it too is the NPCs have personality. I think there was one point where Jackie at the beginning of the game, we're sitting there talking to Dex, and like Jackie's just sitting there like moving his leg, like shaking his leg up and down.
He's nervous. Yeah,
he's got this nervous thing going, and I'm just like, that to me is brilliant because you feel like you're in that world. Now, the marketing behind the game has been awesome. I don't know if you guys caught, I did the Rockstar Samurai Cola review. I've been drinking Rockstar I'm going to have a heart attack soon. So I've been drinking Rockstar every day. You get, I think, a $1 gift card with every Rockstar you buy. So I'm eventually going to turn that in. Actually, before we started the stream, I'm actually drinking it right now. I did a review on this beer called No Save Point. It was a collaboration with the band Run the Jewels. Okay,
right.
Run the Jewels.
Yep.
And
the music video on Cyberpunk 2077 channel.
Correct. So the song No Save Point on the soundtrack. I've been loving the marketing for this stuff. Look at this can. It's like at this like foil. I mean, it's just super sweet. And save the jewel. So I will be having that review later today. But I've been kind of immersing myself in the whole Cyberpunk. I've been listening to this great band called The Algorithm. That's kind of it's like a little heavy, but they're really very much in like the futuristic side of things. And I've been developing myself in it, man, and I've been loving it. Even with all the bugs, I've still found a way to enjoy this game, even at like low graphic settings. There you go.
There you go. Well, very good. Thank you so much. And I just want to get some of these chats in before we go to Steven. We have Dweez saying that, to be fair, Witcher 3 had its share of bugs when it launched. That's 100% right.
Witcher 3 did.
Yeah, and Vigilante Williamson is having an experience that I've heard other people with base level PS4s have, and that the game is beautiful and they're loving it. So that's really good to hear, my friend. I really do appreciate it.
Hopefully they fixed it, because I did see a lot of people's videos where they were showing like the base PS4 and it looked like PS2 game. It was really bad looking. So I hope they fixed that.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it seems to vary. Your mileage seems to vary. And Roof Korean says T-posing lots of graphic glitches. Yes, I've seen those as well. I have only had a limited number of those, so I will speak from there.
Graphical glitches are more common, but I haven't had many T-posing and many
nothing that breaks the game
glitches.
Yeah, it's just so you walk by an NPC and it looks a little funky for a second. Like that's really, to me, the biggest, other than the hardware side of things, that's the biggest issue that I've experienced.
Yeah, M. Dastardly says, I don't mind the lower graphics on the PS4. It's when it glitches out, it spoils the moment, so to speak. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's remember, these were essentially, they started making, it was 2012 is when they started production on this, right?
Yeah.
When these guys start production on these games, they're thinking the future. They're thinking into the future, and not to mention, as I'm sure, as they develop the game over 8 years, new technologies come out. Let's incorporate this technology into the game.
They talked about one, didn't they? Where they were talking about the mouse and how they were almost as realistic as they could possibly make them to actual people speaking.
And this could be one of the reasons why it took so long to develop this game, because just since 2000, I mean, think about it, since 2012 and now, the technology boom, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how fast technology is evolving. So they're incorporating new things into it all the time. They're not optimized for these original PS4s. You know what I'm saying? This game started development right when those systems, right after those systems came out. I think, right? Or the same year.
I might get it for my PlayStation Pro and my computer and then see which one I like.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So I just they're planning ahead of time. So this sucks that people on PS4 are having those issues. But like Culture said, man, just adjust those settings. That's really the biggest thing on PS4, the base. Just adjust those settings. I think you guys will be fine, and you'll be able to enjoy your experience, because I know that Angelus Draven's been streaming, and I think he's doing the regular PS4. I could be wrong, but he seems to be
one of the guys here at Casting Shadows. My best friend, he has a PS4 Slim, and he's running the game fine.
There you go. See, yeah. So
I just need a capture card so I can actually stream on my PlayStation.
Play share, bro. Play share. You don't need to grab. You need to play share.
There you go.
Meanwhile, I'm running it on a monster machine.
Is that thing where you click and automatically start streaming on the PlayStation?
Yeah. Well, no.
I'm actually streaming it right now. I just have it paused while I'm talking because I'm in the middle of a dialogue thing with a character I like, so I don't want to ruin it and get sidetracked with conversation and the game.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and this is look, I understand where Vigilante Williamson is coming from here. Glitches are unacceptable from a release standpoint, especially because CDPR has a holier than thou perception when they are another game company, no more or no less. And I understand that, and I understand where you're coming from. I really do. But you may, at the same time, you make a good point. It is nowhere close to Fallout 76. Fallout 76 was completely broken.
That wasn't broken. They were charging you hundreds of dollars.
If you want to have an experience that's very, very reminiscent, I'd say closer than Cyberpunk 2077 to those tabletop RPGs, I would honestly go with the isometric Fallout games, Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah,
because they're actually more. They're pretty much just a digital version of the tabletop RPGs.
Yeah. And Curtis is a big fan of stuff like Call of Duty and stuff like that. And
how dare you?
Well, no, come on. I mean, it followed.
I got him with the Star Citizen. I know.
Oh, all right. Okay, good. Yeah, no, it's one of those things, and I like a lot of those plays, but I'm really, really enjoying the RPG feel of this game. So
yes, that's Steven Seagal in his super chat there makes a very good point that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
I will actually talk on that too.
With the Anthem stuff. Here's the difference between CD Projekt Red and the people who worked on Anthem. They lied to us for years about Anthem. They were check out this footage that's just animated footage and not the actual game. They lied.
Plus, there's a difference between people who care about a product and they're making it versus people who are just making a product to get paid.
Right. So yeah, my point with that being is I think that's why people are more okay with kind of giving CD Projekt Red a little bit of leeway, because not only did they fix the Witcher 3 stuff that people wanted fixed. Okay, cool, great, that's awesome. They listened to the people. You're right, I agree. We shouldn't have a game released with any bugs. I totally agree. But here's the thing, man. You either release the game at this point with pushing it back the way they did. You either put the game out with bugs and sell a lot of copies and hope for the best that you can fix it with a patch as quick as possible, or you push it back one more time and then you lose revenue from people canceling their pre-orders and all that. So I think it was a business decision slowly to try to get numbers. So to me, obviously to make money, that's what they're in the business to. They don't make video games to not make money. But my point is they didn't lie to us. They were transparent. They did everything they could to make this game right. Yes, it's not right and it is wrong, and they better fix it. And when it comes to DLC, they better think about that and how much they charge for this DLC down the road. Just something to think about. If they want to give back to the community, that's a way to do it to make it for this mess. But we got to give them a chance, I think, at least just because of the pressure they were under. Now, again, I also understand where you're coming from as well with we can't have bugs.
Well, that's true, and here's the thing. I mean, it's Fat Steven Seagal makes the best point of all with $2 Canadian, saying, "Just be happy it didn't go full Anthem." Thank you very much.
Or Fallout 76, or Battlefield 5, or I can just go on and on and on.
Preach.
It is what it is, but yeah. And Kai says this game is more ambitious than any other game in recent memory. The bugs are not surprising. It's 100% true.
Good point, Kai. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta read this comment from Curtis saying, "I'm just so sick of mainstream disappointing people. They should have had shit more ready, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm sticking with Star Citizen over Cyberpunk as of now."
Oh yeah,
awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, and here's the thing: Star Citizen is still an alpha game. It's still getting developed every single day. That's true.
Yeah, and Orge, you were saying how like they're being open, they're honest, right? That's kind of what's going on. Star Citizen open development. They're literally like, yeah, we're not marketing. This game isn't really for sale. You can choose to back it, and then you get to test it.
Yeah.
But that's and yeah, you'll get the game when it comes out because you helped test it and essentially shape the game to what it would be.
I've done that for a game or two. Yeah, that's awesome.
The point is, this isn't it's not like, oh, it's a full game and then you're playing it. It's like this really glitchy alpha that's barely playable.
Yeah. So, Stephen, or I should say in this case, Mr. Author Stephen Walton.
And I agree, Curtis. Star Citizen is more ambitious.
Author of the Fandom Menace and the Fandom Venice Volume 2, by the way, everyone. And that is now in demand, I believe, right, Stephen?
Yes, it's still in demand on Indiegogo. Thank you for the plug.
Oh, absolutely. Well, anyway, I was going to say, do you have opinion takeaway from this game? I know you're not playing it yet, and or may not at all.
Well, that's the thing is I haven't started playing it yet, so I can't give anybody a definitive opinion. I could just tell you to listen to the people that have been playing it. And I've seen all the things you all have seen. And I agree with another monster. There was so much... there was so much criticism about Skyrim when it came out. Another series that the Elder Scrolls series I love, and they dealt with the issues, and people still played it and loved it. So I'm actually looking forward to playing it myself. And if I have any criticisms, I'll give them at that time. That's about it. Let Mando preach because he's waiting.
All right, Mando, before you start, wait. Because we have to end this show at some point.
Okay, no, I'll make
5 minutes.
I'm streaming it right now, and I'll be streaming it later, like right after this anyway. So don't worry about it.
Get him, Culture, get him.
So I've been playing since December 10th. I got it on day of release, as I said I would, and I've been playing it. And yeah, there are a lot of glitches. I've noticed a lot of scenes where, like, Johnny Silverhand will light a cigarette, but then the cigarette will float even though his hand is like down his side. It's like, so there are some graphical glitches, and but in terms of like game breaking glitches and bugs, I've only had 3 different types and only encountered them. I had 2 different types, encountered one of them twice. One was just a hard crash to desktop. Another one was a thing where my controller, because I'm playing on a controller, the controller inputs wouldn't be recognized in the game. So I had to completely either go back to the main menu and then go back into the game, or I had to completely restart the game.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So on that note, I just want to wrap up some of the comments here in the chat, like Blue Eyed Scorpio saying, I totally dig the game. If it wasn't for the bugs, it would be top 5 for me. It's still in my top 5 with the bugs. Of course,
I think, at least of the year so far, yeah.
Yeah, well, for sure, yeah. But I mean, overall, it's right up there.
Good. It's just, here's the thing. A lot of, and as we were discussing about the journalists saying how, like, oh, they didn't like it because of whatever. You have to keep in mind, this game is a story-driven game. This isn't a action, whatever. It is, but that's not the main focus. The main focus is the story, is the plot, the characters, the dialogue, because it's an RPG.
Yeah, look at the old Final Fantasies. They're not great. That first Final Fantasy is not the prettiest thing you've ever seen, but the storyline is what people are drawn to.
Right, and that's true. And Soul Assassin says something that I think everybody should live by. Why live in the real world when you can slay dragons with Ayla in Skyrim?
Hail, Soul Assassin.
Absolutely.
I'll just say real quick. I have to go.
Oh,
I just got here a Christmas present, so I got.
Yay!
All right, Merry Christmas.
What'd you give me, bro? What'd you give me?
I don't know.
You better go check.
just everybody enjoy, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you next time.
All right, man. Thank you, Mirror.
Yeah,
We'll promote you on the way out. Atlantean says something I think that I think that everybody kind of would want to say, and that is this: for $5 in a super chat, he says, "No, this isn't the case of be happy with what we got. A game should be workable when it's goes gold. Period." That's a true statement. It is it's absolutely true. I believe in that, but at the same time, I'm very happy the game got released because I'd waited for 4 delays for this thing. So, and to be honest with you, I know they're working on the patches every single day, and we have a lot more to come. So
now, real quick, I'm going to just comment on this real quick. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I'm not in the, we should just be happy with what you got. No, they need to fix this. They need to make it right for the consumers. And then maybe when DLC hits, they need to think about that when, they think about how much they want to charge just as a thing for the consumers having to deal with this. No, I agree with you. I'm not saying we should not be accepting the fact that this is what we got. Definitely needs to be fixed. Absolutely. But I'm also saying, like, give it some time. There you go.
No, and I totally understand where you're coming from. It's just we as consumers in many different types of entertainments, customers, customers, and many different types of entertainments have been dealing with, that kind of effect of, at least we got this, it's
we shouldn't be settling. That's the problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I am looking forward
to something when we know we can get better and when we know we can make something better ourselves. I mean, that's not the case with everything, but the point is, like, when you take this is the age-old argument from, like, when Star Wars, the Force Awakens came out. It's like, at least we're getting new Star Wars. It's like, yeah, but fans have made better fan films than this movie.
Dig it.
No, look, this is why people on YouTube have become so successful, because they're doing it better than the people who get actually paid to do the crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Ords. Absolutely. Support your independent creators, guys.
Oh, yeah. And especially the likes of which that are here on this panel and elsewhere that are hanging out in our very chat. The amazing human beings that are here that hang out with us on a almost daily basis that I truly appreciate. So thank you all so very much. And to that end, we need to draw this to a close because we have a lot of people that are about to go live and we need to support them as well. So for all of you that are out there in the chat, all 45 of you, again, I really appreciate you being here. I want to let these folks talk about their channel on their way out the door. We're going to start with Mando, and we're going to give him a time limit. So, Mando, go ahead and have a short visit about your channel on your way out the door.
All right. I'm Mando Merck, creator and owner of Cast in the Shadows, where we talk all things escapism, whether it be our weekly podcast every Saturday night or just our game streams, or we're just talking comic book news or whatever. You can find us links in the descriptions, right? In the description.
Yeah, they will be if they're not. Okay. Yeah, actually, I can put them yours definitely are. Yeah.
But yeah, we and I'm going to be live streaming Cyberpunk. Well, I am live streaming Cyberpunk right now, but I'll be continuing playing after the stream's over.
Well, excellent. That's fantastic.
So, right now, you're just going to see my holiday special screen that I made in honor of Cyberpunk and Hanukkah, because Cyberpunk literally came out on the first night of Hanukkah.
That's so great. What a great time for that to deliver. That's awesome. All right, Steven, tell us about your. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to make Ords go first because you're better when you preach at the end. So,
good call on that one. Real quick, just to comment on that comment you brought up on Vigilante. Absolutely, man. He says, I'll never buy at launch again. And enjoying the game, but I'm still pissed. You have every right as a consumer to be that way, and I support you in that, dude. Absolutely. Even though I'm saying, like, let's give it some time. Let's not get all worked up about it. You have every right to do that, dude, and you speak with your wallet. That's how we're going to get these people to release a game that's finished and not finished, by speaking with our wallet. So, hell yeah, keep doing you. Anyway, I'm Ords. You can find me at youtube.com/OrdsBoard, where I'm doing pop culture news during the week. Been doing a lot more product reviews, but you guys can see my review of No Save Point, the collaboration beer with Pipeworks Brewing Company at Chicago, Illinois, and Run the Jewels, the group who has the song on the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. You guys can find me tonight doing Sunday Night Hangs and Video Games with the gentleman next to me here at Culture Casino, the other half of the Hair de Menace. You guys can find me on Friday nights on F Off Fridays, where we are doing whatever we want, usually Among Us. Sometimes we just get crazy and wild. So come hang out with us on Friday nights, Sunday nights. And we are going to be ramping up the streams here on the channel as well. So come check us out. It's a good time, a place to come relax and share good conversations with friends. In the boardroom, I'm Ords. Thank you so much, Colter, for having me. And thank you guys so much. And Stephen Walton, thank you. Shadows, thank you. All you guys are awesome. So thank you.
Oh, you're equally awesome, in my opinion. And the amazing, the talented, and the very well-spoken author of The Fandom Menace, author Stephen Walton.
Hail, brother. First, I want to say congratulations to Ords. I've been so busy that the only thing I've really been able to do with Ords is retweet, talk about him. I'm so proud of all the hard work he did, everybody that's been helping him to grow his channel, all the retweets, shares, likes, comments, everything. Thank you guys so much. That dude deserves it. He's been around for 8 months and been a pleasure in this community, man. So congratulations to you. Check out Mando Merc. I need to check out some more Mando Merc because I stream with this cat every week and I hardly ever get a chance. I'm going to check out your podcast. I'm working on Saturday night, so I can't do it live, but I'm going to check it out, dude.
And that's all right. They're always uploaded. They're always going to be there regardless. So.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Live, replay, doesn't matter.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you guys for supporting this entire community. Please support your independent creators. Do me a favor, your 2 or 3 favorite YouTubers. I know we got a big community. We probably follow a lot of people, but those guys that you always check out every day religiously, if you could retweet them, if you could talk about them with a friend. We don't have an industry support us. We only have you, and we rise together. Plus, Fandom Menace Volume 2 is still available. If you missed Volume 1, it is also available on the Indiegogo campaign under the Fandom Menace Volume 2, Rise of the Rebellion. Whether you dislike, have an opinion on anything that's coming out of Disney Star Wars, just remember that all roads lead with the last end with the Last Jedi. So speak your opinion on it. Just let them know because they're listening right now. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian, born in the chats of the High Council with my brothers and sisters fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other. Peace.
Thank you, Stephen. You are a good man, Charlie Brown. I really appreciate that. And every bit of support you give to each and every one of the community members and all of your efforts towards the further development of Rogue Entertainment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother. It's all
Hail Rogue.
That's right. And so I just want to say thank you for everybody out there, as I always do, each and every one of you. I will leave you with a couple of things, including a couple of commercials and a little bit of an honorarium to my subscribers. I need to update it again. Thank you all to the members that are out there who have joined as members of the channel. And then, of course, I will promote the banners at the end. With that being said, and I leave you with those few commercial messages at the end, I will say this. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
The main thing is to protect these characters. Make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them. And that the universe of Star Wars continues to grow.
By 2018, far-left extremists in Hollywood had been perverting long-established, profitable science fiction properties as platforms to espouse divisive social propaganda. The vision of these creatives was to repurpose established franchises in the hopes of indoctrinating viewers into the bigoted groupthink of the American far-left ideology. Insanely wealthy producers and adult pretenders set to shame any fan who would not capitulate to their false narratives of virtue, using long-established weight in the legacy media to drive online hate mobs to attack any who dared speak against the woke narrative. Yet there were those who would not kneel before this oligarchy of money, media, and extremism. Those who had known the truth. Fandom is for everyone. The Fandom Menace Volume 2 covers the events of the year 2018 as a group of independent creators rose up together, inspiring the Star Wars fandom to speak out against the flagrant misuse of a property that was not meant to inspire division, but hope. Volume 2 will cover the voices who spoke out against cancel culture, such as the Gospel According to Mark with a C,
Thank God for Star Wars fans. If only Ryan Johnson had said the same thing.
Mecha Random 42.
Star Trek, to me, is a hopeful, optimistic view of the future.
Stephanie Janicek, Smuggler's Cantina.
They're not answering any questions like the real fans.
With chapters written by Jesse Milestone of Mindless Entertainment.
The thing you're about to watch is probably going to involve a lot of yelling and a decent amount of swearing.
Itchy Baka of Disney Star Wars is done.
But this doesn't explain why, after Disney's acquisition of Star Wars, George would attend the premieres of The Force Awakens, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and Solo.
And the Overlord himself, Dictor Van Doomcock.
Greetings, my friends. Our pop culture is under assault by corporations who would rather destroy our cultural heritage than build respectfully upon it.
This is an historical documentation of a group of people in the late 2000 teens who would not bow to the very worst in humanity, seeking to separate us along political lines while using our beloved modern mythologies to do so. They did not kneel. Will you? The Fandom Menace Volume 2, Rise of the Rebellion.